problem I'll be doing is problem 4, variation of parameters, and the problem is y double prime plus 16y equals negative 8 secant of 4t. First thing you want to do is make sure it is in standard form, which it is, and then you want to get your aux equation, which is going to be m squared plus 16 equal to 0. Then you're going to solve for m. And you get m equals plus or minus 4i, so the term in front of it is 0, so you're not going to have any e terms. So your y to c is going to equal c1 cosine of 4t plus c2 sine of 4t. Then you're going to want to find the determinant of y1, y1 prime, y2, y2 prime. And that equation is y1, y1 prime, y2, y2 prime. And your y1 is going to equal whatever the first term is. It's going to be cosine of 4t. And your y2 is going to equal sine of 4t. So now you're going to plug that in and take the derivatives. So you're going to get cosine of 4t, and the derivative of cosine of 4t is negative 4 sine of 4t. And y2, of course, sine of 4t. Derivative is 4 cosine of 4t. Once you cross multiply, you're going to get 4 cosine squared 4t minus a negative 4 sine squared of 4t. Which is going to equal 4 cosine squared of 4t plus 4 sine squared of 4t, which is going to equal 4 because you could pull the 4 out in front, and the cosine squared and sine squared equals 1. So now you're going to want to find the determinant of W1 and W2. It's going to be, and for W1 you're going to replace the y1 and y1 prime with 0 in the function of x, and keep the y2 and y2 prime. It's going to equal, and the function, as we saw before, is negative 8 secant of 4t, but I'm going to rewrite it as negative 8 cosine of 4t, just because it's going to be easier. Sine of 4t, 4 cosine of 4t. Same process, cross multiply, negative 8. First term is 0 because you're multiplying by 0, and then minus negative 8 over cosine 4t times sine 4t. And sine over cosine is going to be tangent, so you're going to get 8 tan of 4t. Then almost the same thing for W2, except you're going to keep y1 and y1 prime and substitute y2 and y2 prime with 0 in the function of x. It's going to equal cosine of 4t negative 4 sine of 4t. 0 and negative 8 over cosine 4t. It's going to equal, cross multiply, you're going to get negative 8 cosine 4t all over cosine 4t minus 0. It's going to get -8 because the cosines drop out. Now with that, you're going to want to find u1 prime and u2 prime. u1 prime is going to equal w1 over w. It's going to equal 8 tan 4t over 4. It's going to equal 2 tan 4t. And u2 prime is going to equal w2 over w. It's going to equal -8 over 4, which is just -2. The next step is going to integrate. You're going to integrate u1 and u2. So for u1, you're going to get the integral of u1 prime dt, which is going to equal integral of 2 tan of 4t dt. Pull a 2 out because it's a constant. Equals 2 integral. Tangent is sine of 4t over cosine 4t. Now you're going to need a u sub, which is going to be u equals cosine of 4t du equals -4 sine of 4t dt. So you're going to get 2 integral, and now you need a -4 on top. And since you multiply the inside by -4, you multiply the outside by 1 over -4. Sine of 4t dt all over cosine of 4t. It's going to equal -1/2 integral of 1 over u du. It's just going to be the natural log. Plus c. So that's what your u1 is. Your u2 is going to equal the integral of u1 or u2 prime dt, which is going to equal -2 integral of dt. It's going to equal -2 t. So now you want to find y sub p, which is u1 y1 plus u2 y2. So your y sub p is going to equal -1/2 ln cosine 4t cosine of 4t plus -2t times sine of 4t. And your general solution is your y sub p plus your y sub c, so it's going to be y equals c1 cosine 4t plus c2 sine 4t minus 1/2 ln cosine 4t times cosine 4t minus 2t times the sine 4t. That's your general solution right there. Oops.